Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, happy Saturday again, and I hope everybody is having just as fabulous, if not even more fabulous a day than you were before. So, listen, I said, I 99.9% promise that we're gonna get caught up on this season of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I did. So I watched the third episode of season 5. I'm gonna crack a Diet Coke. Listen, Whitney, this one's for you, because Diet Coke is the absolute superior diet beverage of choice. Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi doesn't even hold a candle. We're gonna, whoa. Okay, I had to do that so it didn't like bubble up because I got drunk with the straw. Okay, so here we go. Cracked a Diet Coke. Let's get into season 5, episode 3 of this cycle of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay. So the ladies are heading to Milwaukee for a girls trip in February. Whitney, Trixie Mattel couldn't do this a little earlier, like in a warmer month. So they're heading to Milwaukee for a girls trip because Whitney is hosting a drag night at Trixie Mattel's bar. So Whitney and her husband are talking before all of this. And I don't know which ropes course you were at, Whitney, but Whitney's like, I'm so glad that Heather had had the ropes course, because it got all of us together, and I'm so glad all of us are good and we're back together. I don't know which rope course you saw, because nobody is back together and nobody's feeling good about anybody. Listen, that purse that Bronwyn's gonna take, the one that's like a peace sign, or you can put down the one finger to make it a middle finger, I love that. It was bejeweled, it was bedazzled, it gave the finger. I need that. Oh, is that gonna bubble over? Oh, okay. I need that. Okay, so then they gave the taglines. I'm not loving any of those taglines at all. They're kind of weak. Okay, so AI Nick Lachey and okay, so the ladies are packing for the Milwaukee trip, and oh, those glasses, the custom like Greek flag, gigantic window, car shield, like, what am I trying to say? The car they're as big as like a car window. Those custom Greek made car window shield glasses. Yeah. AI Nick Lachey, he hates those. He really does. So listen, I have been making notes here, and anytime there's an oh shit moment, I just put oh shit. So oh shit. We got some tea from Angie K. Angie K lets it slip. Well, doesn't let it slip. She comes right out and says that this Jared Joel, I feel like I'm going to continue to call him Joel. I'm just going to call him Joel, but you all know it's Jared. So Joel Osment, he's been slipping. It turns out, has been slipping into Angie K's Brow Girls DMs. And things have been getting kind of flirty. So she's like, I don't know if I should tell Brittany, because I don't know her that well. Listen, you got to tell her. You have to tell her, because if she continues on with this guy, and he continues to play her like that. If that was me, I would want to know. So the ladies, the next day, they fly out to Milwaukee. Listen, it's cool that you're going on a PJ, a private jet. However, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning to fly to Milwaukee? No, that means you would have to get up much earlier than 4 o'clock. I'm not doing that. So Bronwyn arrives at the airport. Lisa immediately comes up and is like, "Hey, do you need some help, Bronwyn?" Bronwyn wasn't feeling that at all, and the reason being is because she's hurt. Because at the ropes course, when Heather was piling on to her, Lisa really didn't defend her. All Lisa said was, what you said was snarky. She really didn't defend her, so she's hurt about that. Meredith, listen, Meredith did make it, and she brought her own caviar for breakfast. I mean, because she is Meredith fucking Marks. Listen, if we're gonna do it with Jenna fucking Lyons, then we're doing it with Meredith fucking Marks, okay? So they're flying out in their PJ. Mary decided to take her own flight there. So Mary gets there first. Mary pulls up with like 4 or 5 pieces of luggage. This is for a 2-day trip. This is for 2 days. So Mary gets to the hotel first. We find out, we heard before that Mary's dad lived in Milwaukee. Turns out, listen, Mary's dad lived a block away from Jeffrey Dahmer. And she said he was always talking about how it smelled. It smelled something awful. And how about he was there and he saw everything go down with his arrest? She said it might have been just because he's nosy. I can guarantee, listen, me or Dolly, if we lived in that area, we certainly would have seen the whole thing go down. Because I'm going to tell you, if anything goes on in our neighborhood, especially out the back door, we are standing there, we are looking, we are nebby. I will admit to being nebby. If you don't know what nebby means, nebby is the Western Pennsylvania way of saying nosy. So we're nebby. I will fully admit I am nebby. My mother, she won't admit it. I'm nebby. And I'll fully admit that. And I would have seen that whole thing going down with them. I would have seen the whole rest. So, so the other ladies show up. And I honestly am feeling like hell is frozen over. Because Mary and Whitney are good. They're cool. Oh, they're cool. I never thought that would happen. We find out a little bit more about Maylee. Her and Whitney, they've been friends since like college. So they're for real friends. They're not somebody who has just known each other for like a couple years. They're real friends. Everybody's sitting around talking. They go up to the suite. And it's nice. It's pretty nice. I mean, there's 9 separate rooms, and like each one has its own number. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to have to go back and look. I think it's called Kinn guest house. A guest houses. I'm going to have to go in, look and see how much that cost, because I thought that was cool as hell. I really did. I thought it looked really nice. I'm going to have to price that and see what it's like. I'm acting like I'm going to be flying out to Milwaukee to stay there. I probably will never go. But if I was in Milwaukee, and I had some money, I would stay. I'm going to look and see. In the next video, I'm going to tell you how much it is. Okay. So the ladies are sitting around. They're having a nice little lunch and just talking. Lisa brings up the fact that Jack's having some health problems down there in Columbia. Like, he thought maybe it was his appendix. And it got so bad that like he couldn't stand up. Well, you know, Lisa, listen, Lisa's a lot of things, but I think she is a good mother. I think she really loves her kids. I think she really is a good mother. So when she heard this, she was like, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going down there and that's it. And he's like, no, stay where you're at. I'm going to handle this on my own, which that's not what, I wouldn't think that that's what a mother wants to hear. However, he's just trying to be an adult and handle this. So, I mean, kudos to him. I hope he's doing better. I hope everything has been resolved. The ladies find out that they're going to be having for the nighttime portion of the date. No, for that night they have a suite at the Milwaukee Bucks game, the basketball game, for the night. But during the day, there's two options that you have. You can either go to the bobblehead museum with Whitney. Hello, I love that they're addressing the fact that Mary called her a bobblehead, and Mary's like, it's true, I called her a bobblehead, but Whitney has passed that title on to someone else. Show Brittany. Or you could go with Heather to the casino. Mary, oh wait, what was I gonna say? Bronwyn, there's no, like, who would have thought that Bronwyn would be going to the casino with Heather? Neither one of them likes each other, so okay. Everybody's getting ready to go out. Robert Jr. calls his mom and she's like, oh, hi, thinking that he was going to ask her, are you having fun? How are you doing? But he just called her to ask her to like send him $60 on a Cash App. Come on. Once again, is he married? Is he still married? And I'm thinking he's not. Joel, no, I have written down here Joel. I'm not going to call him Joel. I'm not going to call him Jared. I'm going to call him Joel. So Joel calls Brittany. She don't pick up. So how about that? Or did he call her or did she call him? Now I'm thinking, no. Now I'm thinking that she called him and he didn't pick up. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense because of later on. Okay, that makes sense because we'll wrap this up. So, listen, Angie goes over to Bronwyn's room and they talk. But let me just ask, why do you need a glam squad for Milwaukee? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you need a glam squad for Milwaukee in February? I mean, I get that you're on TV, but for real though, I mean, you couldn't do your own makeup for Milwaukee? Nothing against Milwaukee, but you're not going to like this. Listen, you're not going to this like big time event or something. I wouldn't even care if you were going to like, if you were in Italy and you're just walking around for the day. I still don't feel like you need like a stylist and a glam squad. I don't know. But then again, I obviously never wear makeup ever. So, I mean, who's going to listen to me? So Bronwyn talks to Angie about the ropes course. Tells her, hey, listen, I'm burpy. Listen, I'm sorry. That wasn't me. That was this Diet Coke. Okay. So, Bronwyn's like, hey, listen, I thought me and Lisa were friends. I'm kind of pissed here that she didn't come to my defense. Lisa didn't come to my defense. And listen, the things that Lisa has said about Maylee are far worse than anything that I've said. Bless you. If you're at home and you just wonder why I say bless you, it's because Dolly sneezed. Okay. And oh shit. Now listen, they do a flashback on the Wendy's trip. Lisa said, listen, I heard from a friend of mine that Maylee's going to be blacklisted from Nordstrom's for all of her returns. She's like, listen, it's kind of hypocritical of Heather and Lisa to call me a shit talker, but here you are talking about people. She's like, I'm going to save her words. I'm not going to throw her under the bus. I'm simply going to turn the bus on. Okay? So in another room, Heather and Whitney are talking. Heather's talking on Bronwyn. Heather feels like Bronwyn, did she tell her this? I don't think she tells her this, but Heather does say she feels like Bronwyn's trying to play like whoever's in front of her. But listen, isn't that how like 98% of Real Housewives are? That's how all of them are. Whitney, listen, Whitney, I don't feel like Whitney is 100% behind Heather. I think she's still holding on to the fact that she likes Bronwyn. But she's kind of confused. But she does give Heather kind of a look that makes me think, I don't know. I don't know how things are going to go between the two of them. She might back Bronwyn. So at the casino, they're gambling and Brittany's there. Jared sends out a text that says that he didn't see that she called. That's why I'm saying maybe that's when she called. She called him and then he didn't answer. That's how I said. That's why I had my epiphany. So Lisa's like, do you mind if I text him back? She texts him back kind of like a dismissive text like, oh, hey, I am having the best time with the girls. And then we're going out later. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to, so I won't get to talk to you tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Thanks. Not like love you, just thanks. Oh, okay. That was a good text to send. And another thing Lisa had said was like, don't let him define you. Like, don't let this be your identity, which is 100% true. Listen, he's no good. He is no good. Dump him dump him. That's it. Dump him. So Heather and Meredith are talking. And Heather was like, hey, Whitney's olive branch to you was, she was going to ask you to bring caviar for the flight for everyone. And Meredith off camera is like, that's an olive branch. And an olive branch from Whitney would have been like, hey, I'm really sorry for treating you like shit. So, apology, which I completely agree. And Whitney's like, how exactly is Whitney asking me to gift everybody in our group with caviar an olive branch? That makes absolutely no sense. So listen, here's another oh shit moment. You ready? Because apparently Whitney is taking designs off of the website from Alibaba and using them as her own on Prism. And then she's jacking up the price by like 10 to 20 times of what it would be on Alibaba. And they showed pictures like side by side of Alibaba stuff and Prisms. They look identical. They look exactly the same. And listen, this isn't even something that only she knows. Lisa knows about this too, because they showed like a flashback. Lisa knows about it too. It's all over the place. It's all over social media. And so Meredith was like, I don't know if I'm going to tell Whitney about this. I mean, we're not close. And honestly, before she put out this line, she should have come to me because I have a lot of experience in the jewelry world. I could have helped her. And part of me was like, yeah, I can see that. But then the other part of me was like, well, if she would have came to you and was like, I would like to put out a jewelry line. I mean, would you have been like, oh, I will definitely help you and that's cool? Or would you have been like, why are you doing that? You know, I have a jewelry line. But listen, there's only a certain number of things that like reality TV stars will get into as far as like lines. Like they'll all write a book. If you're a housewife, you're destined to write a book. You're gonna write a book. You're probably gonna put out a jewelry line, or you're going to open a restaurant. Those are the things that you're gonna do. Very rarely, I don't know that you ever even hear about half of them, being successful. Like, look at that stupid what was it called? The Sister Wives Closet. And I think I might have gone to their website once, and it was all garbage. That's the thing. None of these things, or like a skincare line, none of these things ever pan out. Or like Sonia's toaster oven. Although, listen, if she would put out her toaster oven, I might buy it. She ain't never come out with that toaster oven. Or her clothes, or Sonia's clothes. The only one that was successful with any of it was Bethany Frankel with Skinny Girls, and then it was sold, and then she's a billionaire. Okay, so wait, let's get back to this. And Meredith is like, and by the way, I know she would say that this is me gossiping, but it's not gossip because it's all over social media. Like a whole bunch of people sent it to her. It's everywhere. So, okay, they're on their way to the game. Like the group that went to the museum, they're on their way to the game. And Bronwyn, come on, man, why you gotta out your husband's gout on national TV? She's like, I can't believe I'm having sex with somebody who has gout. Yeah, but you'll take his money. Todd, come on. I would be, if that was me, if that was my significant other, and he was like, and I had gout, and he was like, I can't believe my wife or girlfriend has gout and I'm having sex with her, I'd be pissed. Don't be talking about my gout. Don't you out my gout. If I ever that's what a merchandise should be. Merch should say, don't you out my gout. Even though I don't got gout. Oh no, now I probably did it. Now I probably just jinxed myself. Probably get gout. Okay, so they get to the game. They have courtside seats for the warm-ups, and then they go up to the suite. Okay, so they go up to the suite. I feel like, whatchamacallit does, she has her big, Angie has her car windshield glasses on. She has the shirt on. She has the Greek flag, and she's out there in the court. She's out there in the court with the flag, posing with pictures for pictures. She's getting in the middle of these guys warm up, and but she did have interaction with that guy, with the guy that she wanted to see on the team, who's the Greek Freak, I think is what his nickname is. So they get up to the suite. I'm going to tell you what, listen, a little true story. I was in a suite once. It was one time, it was at the Penguins game, and it came courtesy of a lady that I work with, sat next to me, whose sister had won it in like some auction, and she wasn't able to use it. And Rhonda, the lady who I sit next to, she wasn't able to use it. So she was like, she gave it to me. It was 2 seats. Oh, it was so nice. The only problem is it didn't have a toilet in it. You had to go out to the private toilets. But it was fantastic. It was so awesome. I will never have the opportunity to sit in one again. It was so awesome. So we find out that Mary doesn't use, listen, I get it. Mary doesn't use public toilets. Public toilets are gross. I completely understand that. Mary doesn't pee when she goes out. What she does is she uses a tampon. And it doesn't, and it soaks it up, and she don't gotta pee. And then she gives instructions on exactly how you do it. So I'm gonna put it right after. You'll see. Okay, and welcome back from the instructions. So they're in the suite, everybody's having fun. Brittany FaceTimes Jared Joel. I'm calling him Jared Joel. FaceTimes Jared Joel. And in the background, Angie's like, oh God, she's FaceTiming him. She is so obsessed with him. Doesn't Angie K in the background say, hi? Oh, hi, Jared. I know all about you. Woo. And then proceeds to tell Bronwyn everything that the brow girl said while Brittany's FaceTiming right in front of her. Okay? The messiness. So as it turns out, Jared Joel told the brow girl, no, I'm not together with Brittany. We're not together. Okay? So Brittany's like, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And he's telling the brow girl, we're not together. So Brittany turns around and she's like, she gets off the phone. She turns around and she says, I feel like you're talking about me. Are you talking about me? So Angie comes cleaning. Angie tells her everything. And Brittany was like, when did this happen? This happened 2 weeks ago. This wasn't ancient history. This was 2 weeks ago. So Brittany excuses herself. You can tell she's upset. I would be too. She really had feelings for this guy. And here we go. He's doing this. He's doing this behind her back. He's taking her to Costco and buying her rings, and then he's trying to get in with the brow girl and pretend like they ain't nothing. So, okay. So she walks away. She's real upset. I understand. And Meredith goes with her. Meredith is like, it's best, I know it hurts, but it's best that you found out now. I completely agree, because otherwise she would get in deeper and deeper and deeper, and who knows, maybe it would have gotten real serious and they would have gotten engaged, or they would have gotten married, and then here he is cheating on her. And Brittany was like, I kind of suspected something was up. Well, if you suspected something was up, why didn't you ask him? Why would you be like, yes, I would like to be girlfriend with you, Jared Joel? So Meredith is like, hey, listen, how about if you take some time for yourself? And then she was like, maybe you can go out and date other people. Take some time for yourself, Brittany. Take some time for yourself. Because I feel like she's given like J-Lo vibes. You know what I mean by J-Lo vibes? J-Lo, she gets married, she divorces, and then 20 minutes later, she's dating somebody, and then 2 days later, she's married. Because she can't never be alone. Like, can't you just be alone? Work on yourself, get to love yourself, be happy, you know, and then go ahead and find somebody. I mean, you don't always have to be with a man. I hate that. Okay, so Lisa and Bronwyn, they start talking. And the topic comes up to Maylee. So Bronwyn, they both went to the museum. Bronwyn told Maylee what Lisa had said about her, about like her fashion, her outfits. So Maylee hears this, and she goes up to Lisa and she's like, so I was talking to Bronwyn. She told me to ask you what you think about my outfits. And all of a sudden Lisa Barlow is like, that was meant as a joke. She probably would have sipped one. That was meant as a joke. I didn't mean anything by that. Meanwhile, Bronwyn, off camera, she's like, so when Lisa says it's a snarky joke, it's a joke. But if I say it, then it's not. Okay. Bronwyn had said, so if you guys want to get away with being a little messy, then I should be able to get away with being messy too. And that includes Heather. Because all you all You get messy and you're allowed to get away with it. But I say something and I'm not allowed to. How is that not a double standard? Lisa, and then they get on to this whole deal of like why Bronwyn's upset. And Lisa was like, well, I didn't know that there was an issue and things were unresolved with us. Bronwyn was like, listen, I didn't need you to defend me, but you could have just ended that whole argument. Lisa was like, I did. And they showed a flashback to her talking to Maylee saying that, well, Bronwyn just talks different from us. She talks different from me or you. Her language is different. And I'm going to tell you, Bronwyn, though, isn't wrong when she says that if the roles were reversed and the roles were reversed and Lisa was in Bronwyn's situation and Bronwyn did what Lisa did, you can bet that Lisa would be pissed. You can absolutely guarantee that she would be pissed. Okay, so why can't Bronwyn be a little upset? So then Heather gets involved because she heard her name. So Heather gets involved. Heather says, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to I didn't go in there and intentionally talk to put you on blast. Bronwyn was like, but you did though. I mean, she did though. I mean, and I understand because if you're ganging up on her friend, I understand that you're going to say something. So just come out and say you did mean to put her on blast. And then, oh shit. So during Bronwyn's response, she included the phrase, we need to get correct. We need to get correct on what was said. Oh, and then, that flipped a switch in Heather because Heather was like, oh, excuse me. Oh, Miss Bronwyn. We need to get correct, ma'am. Okay. How about we get correct and tell everybody what you said about everybody in this room, ma'am? Okay. Oh, that flipped a switch. She ignited something. So Bronwyn was like, hey, I told Whitney everything. Everything I told you guys, I told Whitney. Now, that's kind of true because the delivery that she had with Whitney and Lisa and Heather was different. It was snarky. And she left out a little bit with Whitney. She told her most of it, but she didn't tell her all of it. And Bronwyn admits, I think Heather called her shady, and Bronwyn was like, yes, I can be shady. Yes, I am shady. So Whitney hears all this. Whitney loves that Heather defended her. However, she feels like Heather has trust issues coming into this season because of what happened with Monica. Like here comes this new person into the group, and all of a sudden, all this shit storm is coming their way. So Whitney feels like maybe she's misplacing some of this mistrust on Bronwyn because of what happened with Heather. It makes sense. Bronwyn brings up the fact that, hey, listen, you say that I laughed at Whitney's trauma, but the two of you were talking about her trauma too and laughing about it because you said, Lisa, she plays up or downplays her trauma when she wants to. And then Heather, in the flashback, Heather was like, that's right. And she's like, and you two are supposed to be her longtime friends. So you tell me which is worse. I mean, it's not right to talk about somebody behind their back. However, Bronwyn's not allowed to do it, but you two who are supposed to be her good friends can? That make no sense. I agree with her. And then at the end, Bronwyn said, no one wants to talk about that. Everybody talks about everyone else. It's not just me. everybody in this group is talking about everybody. So how am I the problem here? How am I the root of the problem? She's like, I'm not the root of the problem. I'm just the best dressed of the problem, or something like that. She's not wrong. She is not wrong. So next week, there's going to be an explosion at dinner, surprising. But next week, Heather's going to bring up these, is it Heather? I think it is Heather that's going to bring up these, what's out there about Alibaba and Prism to Whitney. It don't sound good. So, and it looks like Angie K and Lisa, their friendship is done. So, okay, we're caught up. We're all caught up on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's good. We got to get caught up on, I'm going to do the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We got a lot going on. So listen, if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. It comes right back at you. Please take care of one another, be aware of your surroundings, and be safe. Also, please hydrate often with water. You can add in a Diet Coke every now and then, mostly water. And if you are someplace where there's a dangerous situation, whether it be weather related or not, please be mindful, be smart, be safe. Know that Dolly and I are keeping you in our prayers, and we are sending out good thoughts, positive vibes, and love. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. That's it for today. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye, guys.